This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Strikeout Beer Podcast. Getting an error on here on Twitch, probably because I put a questionable title. And Twitch don't like that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Welcome in, everybody. NFL game. The Ravens and Bills just finished up. Heartbreaker for Ravens fans. Anyways, you know what? I'm thirsty. It's been a long day. We're going to get after it. And, all right, so I got 3 beers from County Brewing. You know what? Let's see what the first one I have dialed up, actually. It's Just a Phase. Okay. Which one is it? Just a Phase. All right. All their cans come looking like this, just a basic, sticker or whatnot, and then they check what kind of beers. The list that you see here might not be the list that they have available at the moment, and the ABVs could be different. These beers are from last year. This is technically a Clear the Fridge episode, if I'm being honest, because this one is Just a Phase, IPA, 6% alcohol by volume. It matches what it says on Untapped. 25 IBUs, 3.77 average score out of 429 ratings. 527 of those are unique. I need my phone. Hold on, I'll be right back. I was like, I didn't grab my phone, and we're definitely taking pictures of these things. So welcome in. Happy Sunday. Usually I go live before the late game on Sunday night, but since it was at 5 o'clock, I just waited. I do not have a rag. Okay. It's foaming up a little. It smells good. All right. Let's give it a pour, see what's up. How's everybody doing? How was your weekend? I guess your weekend's probably still going to go if you work a basic old 9 to 5 like me. I'm off tomorrow for the holiday. There you go. Take a look at that. Let's give this a little smack. Just get those bubbles up. Couple taps. One more for the road. I do need to take a picture of this, so bear with me. Yeah, a little bit of plans tomorrow. I think I'm going to go hang out with my kid, go to this indoor golf place, like it's a simulator. Go out there and screw around, see what's up. Come on, let's make it pretty here. Let's make it pretty. Perfect. Freddie fan, how you doing? All right. There's no information about this beer on Untapped. Now, Park County Brewing, they're out of Willow Park, Texas. 225 The Shops Boulevard, number 105. Really cool place. I went over there on the way to a Super Bowl party last year. That's how long I've had these beers. Let's take a look and see if there's anything in here about this beer. Just a Phase. This hazy IPA is dry hop with mosaic and citric hops. So it packs a tropical, juicy punch. Notes of pineapple, melon, and mango make for a refreshing, drinkable pint. 25 IBU, 6% alcohol by volume. Chips, how we doing? Cheers. All right. You definitely get the tropical smells. Some pineapple for sure. All right, let's take a drink, see what's up. That's tropical. Juicy. Mango's there. Pineapple, check. The pineapple is definitely the most forward thing on here. So, and just to let you know, it's a New England, IPA, New England hazy IPA. So they're going to be opaque, cloudy, juicy, fruit flavor, low bitterness. And it does mention that hazies, New England IPAs are actually a good introduction to bitter beers. Just because they're not high on the IBUs, low on the bitterness and whatnot, but they're just juicy and flavorful. And, my wife used to not like these things at all. And then I tell you what, she drinks more hazes than anybody, I think. You're going to have a strong, fruity aroma. It's going to have a soft it can have a creamy mouthfeel, but soft mouthfeel. You definitely get that right on the front. The taste kind of lingers around a little bit, but it hangs around towards the back as well. It had a dense, creamy head. I already showed you the head on this thing. Actually, I don't want to pour all of it out of here, because remember when I was showing y'all the other day is when you say you could run into like some little floaters and whatnot at the bottom of one of these cans, and you just don't want to hard pour it and dump it in there or whatever. So there's the head on it. Bills will win the AFC. Snowman in the house. How we doing? Michael Henson in the house, the legend. You know what? We're going to talk the NFL, and I'll tell you what, Heartbreak City. I said it right when we got started. Dan, feel bad for Mark Andrews. That's a tough one. He's going to need a few beers or whiskey recommendations. Yeah. Pain. I feel bad. I feel bad for Ravens fans. I really do. I feel bad for Lamar. I think they already had to put their votes in for the MVP. I thought I heard them say that on the broadcast, and I don't know. I don't know. He might be the MVP again. Has he won it back to back? I know he won it last year. I don't know if they're going to give it to Josh this year or not. And when I say give it to him, they're not like, oh, here you go. Whatever. We got to pick someone new. Josh Allen's earned it, but those two guys have just really had a hell of a season. I missed what you're having, sir. I'm having Parker County Brewing, Just a Phase IPA, 6% alcohol by volume, sir. Not back-to-back. Okay, so he won it, and then, who the hell was the MVP? I could look this up. Why am I asking? NFL MVPs by year. Yeah. All right. We're going to skip the 40s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Pat Mahomes. Yeah, there you go. Aaron Rodgers was the back-to-back. So you have Lamar last year, Pat Mahomes the year before that, Aaron Rodgers in 2020 and 2021, Lamar Jackson in 2019, Pat Mahomes in 2018. So there you go. Man, Aaron Rodgers has won this quite a few times. Jesus. It's on the internet. I know. That's why I wanted to look. I was like, I'm just going to look this stuff up. So yeah, I'm actually, this is your local brewery, I guess. Probably closest to you. Now, I got 3 of these things. Shit, I didn't go live on Instagram. My bad. I got 3 of these beers. 6%, 8.4%, and 6.9%. One of the cans, I believe, popped, or something happened to it where maybe another can popped and got on it. So, I don't know. But yeah, pretty good. Man, this is quite phenomenal. I mean, it looks great. It smells great. It's juicy. I think Allen deserves one. It's close. Still think Burrow had the best season. He doesn't play defense. I said that if the Bengals make the playoffs, he gets MVP. And he did have a better season. And when they were showing stats of Allen and Lamar side by side, Burrow's got them beat in 80% of the categories, I mean, he doesn't scramble a lot. He doesn't rush. He didn't quarterback sneak in the end zone or any of that kind of stuff. But the dude killed it. I think he had the most yards, most touchdowns, or most passing touchdowns and whatnot. Yeah, it's crazy. I guess we can take a look at the games. These were close games. I was actually kind of impressed, to be honest with you. Rams lose to Philly, 28-22. Stafford's just done. I mean, he's washed, right? They need to find another quarterback. It's kind of how it is. The defense got him this far. Can't get him any further. Stafford did throw 324 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't have an interception today. He went 26 for 44, which was kind of, Wine Mile, how we doing? Cheers on Instagram. Connor Williams, 19 carries, 106 yards, no tutties. Stafford rushed twice for 5 yards. Puka, 6 for 97. Demarcus Robinson, 3 for 74. Cooper Kupp, 5 for 61. Tyler Higbee caught a touchdown. He went 7 for 54. And then Colby Parkinson, 2 for 9 in the touchdown. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. So, but looking at the Eagles, Jalen Hurts got hurt. He got folded up like a lawn chair. There was hip drop tackles left and right. There was roughing the pass. They don't call nothing like that. I mean, if you look at Patrick Mahomes the wrong way, you're going to catch a personal foul and jail time, right? They might bring out the firing squad on your ass, but you could pretty much pick up Jalen Hurts, suplex him, put him in the figure four. Is it the figure four? And what was Razor Ramon's special? The Razor? Or what the hell was it called? It's called something. You do that and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Same thing with Lamar. Lamar, got kind of tossed around a little bit today and no calls. So Stafford was pretty good. Terrible conditions for passing. It was. But Stafford hasn't had a string of good games, right? He's not the reason they're there. Their defense is the reason they're there, and the run game. Kyron Williams has had a great season. So this game, Saquon rushed he had 26 carries, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts actually carried the ball 7 times for 70 friggin' yards and a touchdown. Gainwell rushed once for 10 yards. Receiving, Goddard led in yards. He had 4 receptions, 56 yards. Saquon, 4 for 27. Devontae Smith, 4 for 21. But, it was good stuff. It really was. Philly scored 13 in the first. Rams scored 7. Eagles got goose-egged in the second. Rams kicked a field goal. 5 points in the third. They actually, was that the safety? It had to be the safety. It was crazy as hell. And it was like Hurts is rolling out, looking, but he's got the ball tucked like he's going to run it, and he couldn't get it to where he could throw the damn thing, and he just ate that sack. And so anyways, a pair of field goals for each team, and the Rams got the safety, obviously. Touchdown for the Rams in the fourth. Eagles put up 12 points in the fourth, and 28-22 is your final score. Moving on, Philadelphia moving on to play Washington. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, for real. It's the NFC East showdown for the NFC. Saquon is absurd free agent in the AFL. Yeah, he's bonkers. Like, I don't know how much he'll cost in our league, but oof. Williams fumbled the game away, and that Rams bailed on him in the second half. Yeah. Yeah, a little sloppy with the ball. Fumbles and whatnot. It's just, it was crazy conditions. When the game started, there was no snow on the ground by the time, second half got around. Boy, it was a blizzard rolling through there. So that sucks. You know what? I got to knock this back because I do got to move on. Hoppy in the house, blind brew guy in the house. What's up? How we doing? Let me go ahead and knock this back, give you my thoughts, and we'll talk just briefly about it, and then we'll bounce into the next one. Like I said, some of these are high ABVs. I probably, I'll save the big one for last and work my way through. Okay? All right, there you go. I need like a little rinse station right here. All right. So, again, that was just a phase. 527 check-ins, 475 of those are unique, 429 ratings, average score of 3.77. I give that a 4 for sure. Solid 4. That's a damn good beer. That is juicy, phenomenal. I don't know who's giving it a low score, but I'm scrolling right now because I'm going to email them and find out what the hell they're talking about. Because at this, everyone's giving it a 4. Someone gave it a 3, but it's like, why? Can you say what sucked about it? Then listen, I'm the king of checking in beers and not putting any comments, but I also don't rate them. I check them in just to check them in. Yeah, big thumbs up. 4. Solid 4 for me. Check them out. Parker County Brewing. All right, next up from Parker County, we have the Dark Horse Stout. Just a little side note, they actually have this on the can. Parker County Brewing Company is the first brewery in Parker County since 1879. We honor that history and our thirst for adventure by crafting unbridled brews that allow you to escape the ordinary. There you go. All right. That's Tanked Up Jackie. I don't want Tanked Up Jackie. There we go, Dark Horse. I hope this is not, this looks like it could have been the can that popped. You got, but there's not a seal problem. I'm a fan of their Dark Horse. Really solid. Okay. You like stouts, though, right? Yeah, you're a stout guy. All right, let me see. Please don't. All right, so it's got carbonation. Good. So I don't know. It might have, I don't know. Maybe they got it on the can when they gave it to me. I don't know. Again, I should rinse this glass. I'm an animal. I know. I'm sorry. All right. Ooh, buddy. It looks like Coke. It does. Looks like frickin' Coke as you pour it. It's banging around in there. Ooh, baby. Would you look at that? Woo! Woo! Holy moly. Let's put that right there. You know I got to take a picture. Give me 2 seconds. Get this. That's sexy. That is sexy. But it does. It looks just like, when I was pouring, it looks just like Coke. There we go. Boop. Perfect. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, yeah. So this is an American Stout, 6.9% alcohol by volume, NA on the IBUs, 171 check-ins, 161 of those unique. I'll give you the average score and the ratings in a second. This is an American Stout, or American Stouts are dark, bitter, and hoppy beer with a full body and dry, medium-length finish. They're usually jet black in color, opaque, with large, persistent head. That is light, tan, or whatever. This is definitely tan. A little bit lighter in the light, but, you know, it smells good. Slow to medium rising on the bubbles. You're going to have a roasted aroma. All right, let's see what they say about their beer. Galactic Cowboy is another good one. Oh, shit. Excuse me. They don't have it on here. I guess they're not available year-round. This isn't available year-round. Excuse me. I cannot talk properly. Mango, okay, Boomer. I don't see it. Crazy. I don't see it on their website. I'd like to get a little bit more information about it. But yeah. Okay. Cool. Definitely some roasted. You got maybe a coffee smell in there. A hint of coffee, which is it usually helps out so good. It just immensely helps it out. Just a little bit of chocolate, maybe. All right. Cheers. Ooh. Some cocoa, chocolate, coffee. That's good. You know, I started to really enjoy. See, that's odd. I feel like I've had it every time I've been there. I don't know. They just don't have it on their website, I guess. Yeah, no, this is. I'll tell you what helped me get into stouts a little bit. You know, barrel-aged stouts, I need like 4 beers to warm up to get into a barrel age, just because it's got the bourbon or the whiskey and just. I know. Alan always makes fun of me. He's like, for a guy that doesn't like whiskey, you sure got a lot of it in your house. And I added 2 more bottles this past weekend. So for stouts, the coffee, the roasted malts and things like that, it just kind of it helped. I actually like coffee. I drink coffee black. I didn't drink coffee until I was like 30-something years old. It took like an all-night trip drive up to Kentucky about 10 years ago. And I'm up there and I'm like, I need something. And I was like, you know, I was at my grandmother's house, like, you mind if I make a cup of coffee? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay. And so it wasn't my first cup, but that was what kicked off the coffee drinking experience for me. And I drink just basic coffee. I don't do anything crazy or anything special. I don't put cream, sugar, milk, nothing's in it. They just, however it, you know, and that's the thing, right? Coffee actually smells really good and it never tastes as good as it smells. But I have this one. I like this though. I do. Smells good. This is a perfect sipper. I know I drank a pretty good amount of it, just slamming it, but damn, that's good. That's really good. But yeah, according to the back of their can, you know, this is a year ago. You got Just a Phase, Side Pony Blonde, Peach Blonde, Tanked Up Jackie, which I have right here. Dark Horse Stout, this is what I'm drinking. 1879 L, I drank that about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. Southern Passion IPA. Galactic Cowboy, I had that about 6 months ago. Buck and Rider 4.7. Buck and Rider. Buck and Rider. What a great name for a beer. So anyways, I'll be back to that, back through there again for Super Bowl day. We're going out to Henson's for the party. Pop in there. It's going to be part of my annual trip now. Whenever I make my way out there, I'll stop off over there. One, they got really good pizza. They got good food, chill place, and really good beers. I think I had, if I'm not mistaken, I think I had their Marzen when I was there last time, which was really strange. It was a strange pick for me because by the time February rolls around, I'm not drinking Marzens. I don't even know why the hell I ordered it. And then I think I did maybe a little flight, but and then I grabbed a sixer to go or 2 4-packs, maybe 8 to go. So I really like that place. I really do. Beer's good, cool people. I've been to a couple breweries around here. I guess I don't know. I don't even know if it's called a brewery. I don't even know if it's a freaking brewery, to be honest with you. It obviously is because they say it is. But it's like you go in there and it's just kind of a snobby ass environment. You're like, this is Farmer's Branch, right? Like, what's up with this bullshit elitist type vibe you're putting off? And I was like, I remember when this was called the last brewery's name. You know what I mean? It's like, so someone took over the brewery and renamed it, rebranded it, or whatever. And it's like you go in there and the dude behind the bar's got a effing attitude, and other people, you're just looking around like, what the hell's going on? It's in a cool little joint too. It's a cool place. I liked it before. The problem, you go there in the summertime. This is what happened when I went in the summertime. I don't know, handful of years ago, before it changed hands, and the sun was like baking. It was so damn hot in there. The AC couldn't keep up. Like, this place sucks. I don't want to be sitting there sweating while I'm trying to have a beer in the middle in the summer in Texas. Like, nah, man, I'd rather just, give it to me. I'll just go sit in the car. And in this place now, it's a little bit darker. If I remember correctly, a lot of metal. I think there's an antique car there in the corner or something like this, kind of rustic, auto mechanic-y type place or whatever. But anyways, but yeah, no. Parker County's freaking awesome. Real chill spot. Love it. It's great. And this is really freaking good. So, Henson, you said you have this about every time you go in there. How often do you find yourself in this brewery, if you don't mind me asking? All right, there you go. That's that. That's all of that one. And I do got one more, but I am not going to make it through this one. I'll tell you right now. It's not going to happen. I'm going to pour it. I'm going to drink it. I might go rinse this one out real quick after I'm done with it. But, yeah, as you can see here, you know what? Let me show you. See if I can get a light underneath this one just to kind of, if you're watching. Let's see if I can, without blinding myself, obviously. You see that red? You see that? You got some stuff kind of floating around in there. It's not the best look. There you go. So when you get these, there actually is. So I just said what I wasn't going to do in the last one. I did it on this one. I actually poured most of it in here. So you got some floaters kind of hanging around, but it's such a dark beer, you're not going to see them. You're not going to taste them anyways. I remember having, I think our very first craft beer guest, a home brewer, Knowles Brothers Brewing, had on Scott, and he was like, he was tasting my beer. We were having, I think, Shannon's Irish Red, and I had brewed an Irish Red. And so we're sitting there, kind of comparing and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, no, he's like, it's not bad. That was my very first beer I brewed. He was really nice to me about it too. He was really nice about it. I was like, yeah, I bottled some. I think I got too much of the trub out of the bottom, and it got into the bottles. He goes, yeah, no big deal. I was like, I was going to strain them, refilter, strain them out or whatever. He goes, no, they're fine. They're just little floaties, your little pals. And he drank it. He didn't care. I was like, and most of the guys I talk to, they don't care about that kind of stuff either. So I'm like, okay, cool. I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate you making me try to make me feel better. I do appreciate that. So, but this one is a perfect sipper. You want this outside, campfire, maybe a s'more in your hand, cigar in the other or whatever, and just, got the music on, chilling, enjoying the night. That's exactly what this is. All right, I'm almost done slamming this one. Again, this is Dark Horse. We talked about, you're going to have aroma. It's going to be strong roast aroma, roasted coffee or dark chocolate when it comes to these stouts. You might run into licorice or dark fruit notes. Citrus, American citrus type or resiny hop aromas. I don't really have any citrus in this one or resiny hop aromas. I do have the coffee. I do have the roasted coffee. I do have the taste from the chocolate as well. And so flavor ranges from low to medium sweetness, falls aroma characteristics, lingers with roasted dark coffee or chocolate flavors, sometimes quite dry on the finish, and medium to high hop bitterness. Not getting a lot of hop on this. Is kind of dry on the end. It's not bad. Mouthfeel is full body, dry to medium length finish. Alcohol by volume, it ranges between 5.7 and 8.9. This one checks in at 8.4. This one, you call it a box checker. It hits it just checks boxes, right? This thing is bing, bing, bing. All right. Should I chug this? Look at that. Perfect carbonation. So if I was wondering if there was a carbonation problem or there was a leak in the can, obviously the squeeze took care of that, but also look at just perfect head on it, right? So if you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever you listen to your podcast, the video is available on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Instagram. Check us out during the live streams to interact, say hi, or ask questions, or tell me what you think. So, all right, I'm going to knock this back, and we're moving on. There you go. Ooh, buddy. That's 2 and 24 minutes. It's not like it's super fast. I mean, because you get me in a brewery or a bar and you get me chatting it up, I generally sip a lot. I just kind of keep going. All right. You know what? I'm going to rinse this out. Listen to Part-Time Nerd promo real quick.
Hey guys, be sure to check out the Part-Time Nerd podcast with me, your host, Alan. We talk about movies, TV shows, comic books, all things nerdum. Mondays are for old school movie reviews, and then we release reaction videos throughout the week with new movies coming out, new TV shows, anything that comes up that we need to talk about. You can check out the video over on YouTube, and you can listen to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, you name it.
All right. Promos will be added this week for that explicit purpose, to be honest with you. Hey, Lizzie, how you doing? We've got like 5 different shows. We have Strikeout Beer. That's always our Wednesday stream. We have SB Fantasy Football, which we do stream on Wednesdays as well. It kind of took over the Strikeout Beer spot at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then the Ranger Roundup's about to kick off again with pitchers and catchers reporting next month. I meant to already do one, but I'll do a promo for one. But we will just have some quick little, ads. It's not even an ad. We're just going to, let you know about something else that we got going on this channel. Okay. Last up, Tanked Up Jackie 8.4. I do not plan on, we're going to talk NFL. We're going to kind of get into, because did we go through, we didn't go through this game. Okay, so we're about to talk about the Ravens game, Bills-Ravens, and then we're going to take a look at Bovada. They should already have the numbers up for the NFC and AFC championship games. We'll take a look at the Super Bowl predictions as well. So thank you so much for being here, and let's get this last one. Come on, don't do it. We got 2 in a row. Okay. Boy, it's not the carbonation. It's just I've been, sitting around drinking all day. Oh, okay. I mean, this looks like Coke as well. Just a lighter version of Coke. Maybe some sweet tea with some carbonation. Buddy, that is amber red as it goes. Smack that down real good like. Lizzie, how you doing in there? Getting those sweaters out. Lizzie had a bunch of orders today. She's out there killing it right now with Happy Wildflowers. So proud of her with that. She's staying with it. She just told her, I was like, even with with the 3D prints, like sometimes everything's moving, sometimes it ain't, and you kind of just go with it, and you got to print what you can. So, all right, this particular beer, let me make sure I got the right one. Tanked Up Jackie. There's a reason I say this for last. There's a reason. It's a Scotch ale, wee heavy. And they actually wrote something on here. Sip in the boozy smolder of our newest Scotch, the Tanked Up Jackie, 9.5%. This Scottish heavy packs a bold malt finish punch that'll light you up. 9.5% alcohol by volume, 30 IBUs. This one is not 9.5. This is 8.4. So this is an older variation of their beer from last year. There is nothing about this on. Nothing about it on their website. So, I really can't really go any further than that, other than tell you what is kind of expected from a beer like this. You see the head kind of dissipate pretty quick. I'll be able to swirl it for a little bit, but yeah, that red, it's crystal freaking clear. You can see it right there. See how the light kind of brings it in? You can see that red. Ooh, buddy. A Scotch Wee Heavy is also Wee Heavy is a strong malty Scottish ale characterized by a deep copper to dark brown color, rich caramel and toffee flavor profile, low hop bitterness, full body, and a noticeable alcohol warmth due to its high ABV, often ranging from 6.5 to 9%. And obviously is between that. Appearance, light copper to dark brown. Check. Tan head. It had a tan head on it. What up, bro? What up, old school? How you doing, man? Just slamming these beers, talking. Just living this life. Aroma, prominent malty aroma and strong caramel and toffee notes, sometimes with hints of smoke. Flavor, rich sweet malt flavors and dominant caramel and toffee, low to medium. I got a feeling I'm going to be streaming all Rapid Dave tonight. It's funny that you're in here because and you see how I'm bouncing all over the place. I went live last night. I went live this morning. Mouthfeel, full-bodied, sometimes a chewy texture. Origin, Scotland, where wee means small and heavy refers to a beer's strength. Yeah, let's just take a. Usually when I have a Scotch, like a wee heavy or anything like that, it's I can smell like, I don't know, bourbon or something, bourbon, whiskey, something, right? I always get those kind of smells in there, and it's like, you've had your limit, oh buddy. Ooh, what would you have, buddy? Tell me. I mean, what limit? It's like 9:00 at night. Who cut you off, your wife or the bartender? The smell, I don't smell anything. Maybe toffee. Maybe caramel. I don't know. I don't smell anything. It just smells like nothing. It smells like nothing. Yeah, nothing. Medium to full body. Definitely medium. There is a little sweetness in there. The primary flavor comes from the rich malts with minimal hop bitterness. Wee Heavies is considered a strong ale due to its higher ABV. Serving size traditionally smaller portions. Now, this is when you go to like a brewery and have one of these that might pour it in a 10-ounce little snifter for you. You're not going to get a 16-ounce pour. It just... That's not how it is. I'm surprised. I was shocked when I got this in the tall boy, but it was to go, and obviously or whatever. I paid a premium to do it, so it is what it is. Went to the local bar, 25 minutes away. Had 5 pints. Good for you, pal. Good for you. Yeah, old school and we always seem to link up and chat a lot when we both had a couple drinks. Like a couple times ago when I was up in Durant. He was texting, and I was texting. He was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just call you. I go, call me. I'm at a casino walking around. I'm like, I'm on my way to my room to grab me a couple more beers, and we're talking about Vegas and drinking and partying and just gaming and stuff like that. And, limit has changed over the last few years. I feel that. I feel you. It's called getting older, man. It really is. And some of these beers, like I'm having now, like it's 8.5%. So I'm not going to drink a lot of these. And like I said before, I probably won't get even halfway through this one. But yeah, I love old school. Hoping he makes it down this year for the Chiefs Cowboys game. Hang out, show them around town a little bit, have a little bit of fun. And my kid's up in Kansas right now. He went up there. I talked about it earlier during the stream. And he was like, oh my God, it snowed so much up here. It's like it snowed 2 foot. There's 6 to 8 foot, snow drifts and embankments or whatever on the side of the road, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, have fun, man. Have fun while you're up there. He's visiting his potential future in-laws. So I haven't met the in-laws yet or the potential in-laws, but they seem like good people from what I hear. His girlfriend's a very sweet young lady. So, we're just like, hey, won't you act right with this one? You know what I mean? Just come on, buddy. Do yourself a favor. That's this stout. Okay, so 171 check-ins on this, and 161 of those are unique. Average score of 3.79 out of 154 ratings. I don't think we talked about Dark Horse. Dark Horse was 3.78 out of 141 ratings, and let me tell you this right now, that's a solid 4. That beer, that stout was freaking delicious. And this one is not really it's not over the top. And usually those We heavies kicked me right in the teeth. But this one, not bad. Not bad at all. I'll definitely be trying the 9.5 when I roll through here next month. But yeah, it's so far so good. We're not there yet, but so far so good. All right, we already talked about the Rams getting beat by the Eagles. Close game, 6.5 points, if I'm not mistaken. I think the spread might have been 7 or 8. I don't know. I can't remember, right? But the final today, Bills and Ravens, 27-25. The ending is pretty much pain. Lamar was on it. Lamar was slinging. He did have some issues. He threw a pick, but man, at the end, they go for 2. Mark Andrews drops it, hits him right in the hands. The sure hands of Mark Andrews. Anyways, Lamar, 18 of 25, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Rushing, Derrick Henry finally got above 20. I mean, it took him like forever to get above like 20 yards. He carried it 16 times for 84 yards, had a tutty. Justice Hill, 6 for 50. Lamar Jackson, again, on the ground, 39 yards. Mark Andrews actually ran the ball twice for 3 yards. Likely got a touchdown. He went 4 for 72. Rashad Bateman again, touchdown, 4 for 66. He's moving up the charts for receiver. I know Hollywood was out, Zay Flowers was out. But Bateman, stepped up all season. So I'm liking Bateman for real. Mark Andrews went 5 for 61. Everyone else had a pass or 2, but nothing for anything considerable. Justice Hill caught 2 balls for 7 yards. Flip over to the Bills. Josh Allen, 127 yards. He went 16 for 22. No touchdowns, no interceptions. That's passing. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. He rushed for 20 yards, had 2 on the ground. Ray Davis, James Cook, 17 carries for 67 yards. They're down on like the 1. They pull Cook out of the way, put in freaking Ray Davis. He gets his touchdown. Ty Johnson ran the ball 5 times for 31 yards. Khalil Shakir, 6 for 67. James Cook, 3 for 15. That's always a good little tack on he's a great running back. He is. We talk about him all year. Really no one else, dude. I kind of thought Curtis Samuel was going to do a little bit more damage. I had him for over. No, I think I won that bet. I think it was 1.5, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 1.5 receptions, and I went over on that. So definitely won that one. Nothing else there, right? Rapp had an interception. That was the pick that Lamar threw. But 16 for 22 and 127 yards. Yeah, you were on the ground. You fell in the end zone twice, dude. Cool. This game was fun to watch, though. Both teams scored a touchdown in the first. Ravens had to kick a field goal in the second. Buffalo tacked on 2 more touchdowns. Nothing in the third for the Bills. Ravens put up 9, making it close. Both teams scored 6 in the fourth. This game could have went to overtime, and America could be just loving this game. Your 2 MVPs met, and who outperformed who? Let's be honest. Josh Allen threw 16 for 22 for 127 yards. Lamar Jackson, 18 for 25, 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he added 40 more on the ground. I'm just saying. Speaking of weather, how much does the play a factor this time of year? Oh, you saw the Rams game. Yeah. Snow and all that kind of crazy stuff. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you were there was it a playoff game last year, old school, when Miami had to go to Kansas City? It was like on Peacock. It might have been a wild card game or something like that. I mean, it was like tickets were like $4 or $5 at one point because the weather was so damn cold. And I think there's dudes out there without their shirts on and shit. I was like, buddy, you're asking for problems. But it absolutely plays a role. Funny enough, we had a bunch of snow games this year. It snowed up in Philly. It snowed up in Buffalo. I love snow football, but I'll tell you this. I like it kind of during the regular season and not where it affects just awesome teams in the playoffs. Even though everybody hit the over, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for the weekend. So, yeah, I mean, the Rams-Eagles scored 50. I think the over-under was like 42. And, I mean, the Lions-Commanders, they hit the over in like the second quarter. So, It was bonkers. The only one, you know what? The only one that probably didn't hit the over was that Chiefs-Texan game. So, it's just crazy, and I hate seeing Lamar lose there. I hate seeing Lamar lose there, but I'm like, I've been saying that Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills have got to make that next step. They've got to go to the next level. And here they are in the AFC Championship game. You have, the Bills are heading to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. You've got the Eagles hosting the Commanders. That'd be a fun game as well. Someone already came in here earlier and said Snowman, he's predicting upsets in both games. I'm hitting refresh right now because I want to see him. There we go. All right. Right now. And then we got a game tomorrow night. Ohio State, Notre Dame. Give me Ohio State. Pardon me. Sorry. Commanders in Philly. Commanders getting 5 points. To win, straight up, money line. Commanders are plus 200. Philly's negative 240. Over-under set at 48 right now. All that stuff's even. Even Steven. Negative 110. Buffalo Bills traveling Kansas City take on those Chiefs. Kansas City is a 1.5 favorite. They're giving a 1.5 to the Bills. The money line sits at plus 110 for the Bills, minus 130 for the Chiefs. Over-under set at 48. Same. But the under is a dog at negative 105. Not a dog, but, it's not the favorite. Over 48 at negative 115. So at this point, I do not have a dog in this fight anymore. I'm done. Actually, I think I had the Lions to win the NFC North, check. To win the most games in the regular season, they tied with the Chiefs. And I might have thrown a little bit down to win the Super Bowl. Take the Chiefs and the refs. We can talk about that later. I know you're feeling it. But I always tell everybody you're the most level-headed Chiefs fan ever. Just like my other friend Melton is the most level-headed Dallas Cowboy fan ever. You know what I mean? People, you got Chiefs fans out there that do not believe that there are not favorable calls for the Chiefs. So it is what it is. But that's why I love you. That's why I love you. So anyways, whether you're being facetious or not, but I love you. All right. I think this is great, to be honest. And now, Philly fans are a whip. I got no quarrel with Washington fans. I think it's great. I think Jaden Daniels has played phenomenal this year. I think they look great. They just beat the brakes off the Lions. And, oh, buddy, just good stuff, right? And the other matchup, the AFC, I always say this, the best conference is the AFC. AFC is the best conference. You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs, you got the Ravens. You've got the Bengals. Even though the Bengals suck with defense, they come on now. If they would have won one more game, if they would have beat the Patriots week 1, who do you think mows right through the AFC? Who do you think can beat the Bills and beat the Chiefs? I'm just saying. If you want to win, get you a Taylor and a Caitlin. I saw them in the stands. I was like, oh, my God. And, of course, I looked at my wife and go, man, I ain't seen a lot of, blah, blah, blah tonight. And she goes, and then Travis Kelce scored. She goes, yeah, she's there. And so then it just popped up on the screen or whatever. So I'll tell you this. It's going to be whoever wins the AFC. That's who wins the Super Bowl, right? Would I love for the Commanders to come out of nowhere and somehow take this down? Yeah. Do I think Philly needs to win? No. Philly needed to win if the Lions would have met them in the NFC Championship game. No. You know what I mean? Give me the Commanders. Can Philly win? Yeah. Is Jalen Hurts hurt? I don't know. He wouldn't even answer that question in the postgame presser. But Saquon running wild, he puts up a couple hundred yards. I don't know. That's a tall task to stop Saquon. It is what it is, right? So for that game, I think we're okay. We'll make our picks, our official picks, Wednesday on Strikeout Beer. For the Bills and Chiefs, I mean, Josh Allen's got to win, man. I'm telling you, it's every year, I pick the Bills. I'm like, Bills and whoever in the Super Bowl. Bills, Bills, Bills. And I've been trying to pick them. And then the Ravens, I like Lamar. Obviously a fan of the AFC North. Commanders are a much better to cheer for than the Eagles. Yeah, absolutely. Could we get a Commanders-Bills final? Yeah. I think that would be more of what the U.S. is looking for. If the Chiefs win, I think no matter who comes out in the NFC, I think everyone's going to believe that that's already kind of predetermined, right? And they do believe in the Super Bowl logo, the fix is in. So I think you're going to have the Chiefs and Eagles. Not hating it. That was like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2 years ago. You had the Chiefs and the Eagles play. And I had a blast. I was out in Vegas having the time of my life. But for me, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm in it to bet it. So looking forward to next week. We'll make our picks. I'm just going to give you the spread and the money lines and then the totals. These will all move around. If you've got a hunch, you've got a feeling, you bet it now because the lines will move as the week goes on. So next week, or it says 126. Is that next Sunday? Both of these should be on Sunday, right? Let me double check. Yep, both are on Sunday. No Saturday games. We're done. You have a 2:00 game and a 5:30 game. If I'm around, I will be live as soon as that Chefs Bills game is over. Like I went live last night, and I didn't think I was going to do it. I was like, no, I take that back. No. Last night, I was so wound up after watching that game. I was like, I'm going live. And Liz's like, well, I'm going to be out here working. I go, I'm going live then. And so, yeah, I went ahead and I was like, screw it. Had some fun. Austin Bingham over there. What's up, buddy? How you doing? He's over there on Instagram. So I was super jacked, super excited. Tomorrow night, you do have like I said, Ohio State, Notre Dame game. Notre Dame's getting 8 points against Ohio State. Like I said, give me Ohio State to cover, probably to cover as well. I'll probably nibble it down like 1.5 points, where I can get to like 6.5 on the spread. I'll eat it, but, it is what it is. So there you go. Yeah, I think that, listen, the MVP voting, like I said, as I heard during the broadcast, it's over. So everybody already submitted their stuff. So Lamar and he might somehow win, right? After that game, if they had waited till after this matchup, Josh Allen probably got some votes. But the crazy thing about it was they won the game, yeah. But who had the better performance? I kind of think it was Lamar. I don't know. Tell me, am I wrong? Am I wrong here? I don't know. TJ Burns in the house. Thanks for the like, bud. Appreciate that. But, yeah, all right, so I'm going to go sip on this. You know what? I'll knock back a little bit. You see how red that is? Oh, I can see it from my side, but, yeah, holy moly. RIP 2025 Alliance, yeah. Well, someone made the comment, too. I'll say this. TJ, I'm glad you're here. So, I think, actually, you know what? It was Henson. So, I went live last night, not to bash the Lions, not to bash their fans or anything like that. It was more just like, holy crap, I can't believe what just happened. Washington looks amazing. Jaden Daniels is a phenomenal player, yada, yada, yada. It was one of those, just kind of reaction. There you go. Dallas Stars are up 3-1. And so he made the comment about, because they were like, well, how much longer? Well, I think it was like, how much longer do you give Dan Campbell, right? I don't believe he's head coach. Bring him in to give you the speeches and the talks and stuff like that before the game. I just don't think. But he has coordinators and whatnot. He was like, well, how are they going to do when they get hired by other teams after this year? Like, both of them are being actively pursued. And I was like, well, yeah, I don't even think they barely let Dan Campbell, I think, call timeouts at this point. Just because he's the only guy that can. Unless you're on the Chiefs, then your defensive coordinator can call timeouts, which is interesting. So, but if they leave, I think they obviously have the talent. They have the talent. They were plagued by injuries. There he goes. TJ says they had a bunch of injuries. So, I don't care. I just don't care. Andrews had a couple of bad plays. Jackson played well. Yeah, he played okay. I don't, you had guys dropping the ball at the end of the game and whatever. Not just Andrews, but also there's a couple other guys that hit him right in the hand. I think Likely dropped one. But anyway, yeah, it was crazy. How crazy would it be if Commanders won it all? I'm here for it. Because you know what? You know what I love? I'll tell you this real quick. I know I'm sidetracking a little bit. But you have two NFC East teams in the NFC Championship game. We're here. I'm here in Dallas. TJ's here in Dallas. There will be no change from Jerry Jones. There won't be. Two teams. One of them drafted a rookie quarterback last year. It's just crazy. I mean, it's like the division went from kind of in the middle, sputtering, nothing really going on. Giants suck. Washington sucks. Philly, yeah, they're getting good. They went in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And, but it's like, okay. Last year they had a meltdown second half of the season. Like after they got to 11 wins, I think they lost 7 in a row or something like that. Or six in a row. But, yeah. But I'm here for it. I think the Commanders could do it. Here's my crazy bold prediction. And put this down. Mark it, I guess. Mark it. 50 minutes, 26 seconds into the stream. January 19th, 9:26 p.m. The Chiefs win their third Super Bowl, and it's aided by some questionable calls. They will get the Chiefs their third Super Bowl. They will. But I agree with you, old school. Daniel's mentality, he sits there and just chill. He's cool as a cucumber. Not getting rattled, not talking not being down on this and that. He is just chill. You get that with Hurts too. Hurts, chill, level-headed. Just kind of, okay. Now, he gets fired up when he needs to get fired up, and he doesn't get thrown off, pulled off sides when he gets folded up like a lawn chair or horse collar tackled or hip drop tackled and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I like Daniels. Daniels could be the future of Washington. Obviously, he's the future of Washington. He's the future of the NFC East. He is. You're going to have Washington and Philly duking it out. And like I said before, the NFC is just weak. It really is. I mean, once San Francisco kind of just bailed, they didn't bail. It just kind of fizzled. But Eagles and Commanders, the Rams, Seahawks, they're not challenging anybody. You have the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings beat the Jags 15 times this year. You know what I'm saying? They beat regional community colleges. Same thing with the Lions, right? They didn't really beat anybody. They beat some teams. Yeah, they had a good time. Yeah, they beat the Vikings twice, beat the Packers twice, beat the Bears twice, beat a bunch of other randos, got beat by the Bucs, got beat by the Bills. NFC has been kind of weak for the last. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just weird. And like I said, I expected the Niners to kind of run through there. Obviously, I thought Eagles, Niners. I did give the Lions some credit for being a top 3 pick to come out of there and go to the Super Bowl, right? And then the injuries piled up and whatnot. So, as happens, right? I mean, just like the Niners were there, and now they're not. They were there last year. They didn't have CMC. But you don't ever hear anybody else kind of talking about that, they suck now and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, they had injuries to their best player. So it is what it is. But yeah, the NFC to me has just been kind of washed. It's just weak. But I'll tell you what, with the Eagles and Commanders going in, Jaden Daniels looking good. Can he get past, I don't know about that sophomore slump. We'll see how it goes. He looks awesome though. And then obviously the Lions. So those are going to be your top 3 teams, I think, going into next year, right? I think we looked at the schedule for the Lions last night. It was super soft at home, somewhat difficult on the road. So we'll see. I didn't go through the other ones, but that's something we're going to look at, obviously, going forward. And then, I mean, with the AFC, man, you got the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals. I mean, you could throw the Bengals in there. you can. I don't believe in the Steelers. I'm not buying the Chargers. I like the Broncos. Bo Nix is looking good. Get him some more pieces. Their defense is good as well. Dolphins, just like Tua gets hurt and just hell breaks loose, right? Like Tua's good. He's not good when it's cold. Guess what happens in December, January? It's a little chilly outside. The Texans aren't there yet. Colts suck. Jags suck. Titans suck. Browns suck. Raiders, Jets, and Patriots. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, that's the future right there. You're looking at the next Super Bowls or whatever. It's between the Eagles, Commanders, and Lions from the NFC. Then you got the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals on the other side. That's it. Those are the teams that will be facing one another in the next handful of years unless something changes. So, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, that's it, I think. I think we're good here. Yeah. Appreciate everybody popping in and stopping by. I don't know how I feel. I might be on Rapid Dave on Twitch here in a little while. I'll see what the old lady's up to. I don't want to stay up too late tonight because I got to go, like I said, do some indoor golf and some simulation. I got to hit the gym tomorrow morning. There's a couple things I got to do around the house. I do got to do a beer review as well. I got a shortcut. I think it's probably reminding me to change my, it's an inauguration day tomorrow, 6 a.m. So I think it's going to happen at 6 a.m., but it is what it is. Old school, I think we got to have you on the not just strikeout beer, but maybe SB fantasy, maybe. But maybe you want to make picks with us this Wednesday. I need a Bills fan, an Eagles fan, a Commanders fan. I might be able to get Busby on there as well, because now like Alan and I, we don't have a dog in the fight. I'd like to get someone from the Eagles. Obviously, I think Busby can join us, especially after that close win today. It came down to the wire. I mean, Stafford, they were driving. But I'll be in touch. All right. Again, Park County Brewing had 3 of their beers. Had Just a Phase, a Hazy IPA, Dark Horse Stout, American Stout, and then I'm going to finish up with the Tanked Up Jackie. That's the Wee Heavy. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate everybody popping in. Old school TJ. TJ, I think I'll be on later if you want to play some Fortnite. Lizzie, thanks for being here. Snowman, Chips, Freddie, thank you so much. Make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe. Hop in over on Patreon, patreon.com/strikeoutbeer for some additional content. I got a video that I'll probably do it tomorrow. But yeah, Henson, thank you so much for being here as well. Dark Horse next year, the Jets. No, it's not. It's not even a dark horse. It's the dead horse. That ain't happening, TJ. It ain't happening. But thank y'all. If you're watching the video here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, or Instagram, do us a solid. Roll over to Apple, Spotify. Just scroll. You know what? Spotify. Roll over to Spotify. Hit the follow button for Strikeout Beer, SB Fantasy Football. Follow. It's free. Give us a rating. Nighty night. You have yourself a good night there, old school. All right. I'm gone as well. I'm going to go see what's up with the ladies in the living room. And it's only 9:30. The night is young, and it's a holiday weekend. So you guys and gals have a great night. I'm RD. I'm out of here. We'll see you next time. Adios.